Okay, hello everybody. Thank you for coming to our Google Classroom Professional Development. Make sure you sign in. Look for your department table. You'll be sitting with your department group. And talk to them about the survey I sent out earlier. Log into Google. If you don't have your username, password, you can find them at the sign-in table. Okay, and we're ready to begin. The objectives for this PD. You can see a rundown of the objectives for this session. Many of you have shown interest in implementing technology into your classrooms. We have been waiting a while to get support with project-based learning. During the course of the school year, we will be meeting in collaborative groups, which you will choose, and you're already sitting with your department, so that's great. We are going to be talking about Google Suite, implementing, modeling, Google Classroom, how and when you should be using it. The purpose behind the PD, the rationale behind this professional development, according to Joyce and Colehound, staff development is about learning, the belief that we are never finished. As teachers, we always continue learning. Our need for this learning does not put us down, but rather opens a better quality of professional development and personal life. Also, students learn in proportion to the amount of learning that we do. Our learning propels their learning. So the more we know, the more we implement in the classroom, the better we will prepare our students. One of the questions is, when will we be meeting? We agreed, according to the survey I sent, we will be meeting Wednesdays during our banking day and time. Your grade level or your department meetings monthly. You can collaborate. Who you will be meeting with, your grade level teams or your departments, and you cross-curricular grades and groups. Maybe meeting with the grade above, the grade below you. Language arts teachers meeting with science teachers. Collaborating. Okay. Implementing Google Suite. Here are some of the myths about G Suite. One of this is that students will be off task. In actuality, students will be independent since they will have learning expectations like always. There will be those students who will not perform as expected, but it will not be as much different from the usual classroom behaviors. As you have two students working with one technology rather than having each student have a technology. This will help keep students on task and prevent off-task behaviors. The second myth is that the fact is that technology is a type of tool that must be used when it is appropriate. Technology will not solve all the problems, but it's definitely not a medicine for all. Digital worksheets rather than paper worksheets will not make much of a difference in engaging students. The key is to integrate technology with a purpose. Another myth is that students will no longer need me. The reality is that with the use of technology, when it is delivered in a way that is meaningful, it will give the teacher the opportunity to check in and interact more time with more students. Teachers must see this as a resource where you are coaching the students. Teachers will guide the students and lead them in the direction they must go, and more when students feel that the information they find in the internet is so overwhelming. The students will learn a way to analyze, use, evaluate, and make a decision of what is noteworthy and precise. Okay, so those were some of the myths of implementing. the why and the what of G Suite. And this includes Google Drive, Gmail, Google Calendar, Google Classroom, Google Sheets, Google Slides, and let's see. In order for Google Classroom to work and be successful, there needs to be a continuous support. The benefits integration such tools is in a meaningful way, mindful of how they fit with specific content and methods of teaching are important considerations. The G Suite is the way this is what we knew as Google Apps for Educators. The G Suite consists, as I mentioned, Google Drive, Google Classroom, Google Sheets, Google Forms, Google Slides, and Docs. The G Suite gives staff and students the opportunity to interact in the district's venturaedu.org safe domain. Students are only able to share within our districts and are not allowed to email outside our districts. So they're pretty much, we can monitor and they will be blocked. As students work in pairs with technology, Chromebooks, which like Mrs. Bento has a classroom cart with Chromebooks. They are encouraged to work collaboratively and communicate with each other. A great benefit is that they are able to work and share documents with classmates, even when a partner or group, their partner or their group is absent or not with them. They can all log on and collaborate from wherever they're at, as long as they're logged on to their Google account. Modeling how to use G Suite, and I think a lot of us will be overwhelmed. Take a deep breath, and I will guide you and model how you will present Chromebooks to your students. Some of the expectations of assigning devices, monitor, and help as needed. Some of us will be overwhelmed because we are not very familiar with it. So everybody has a Chromebook at their seats. You should be signed on to your Google Drive. And that is a venturaedu.org email. And let's see. You will be given the class code and a Chromebook expectations document, which you will be going over with your students. Resources and ideas for the G Suite. As you implement G Suite and have questions, please do not forget that there is always support. You can come to me, you can go to Mrs. Bento, our technology mentor, for any support. For research and to cite, you may also talk to Mrs. Chapman Lisa for help and support. For HyperDocs, you would go to Mr. Flores, is a go-to person. I can help you with feedback, Google Sheets, and I will be glad to share some examples with you. Here are several teachers available to help you with the Google Forms. The go-to people, for example, Mrs. Bento, Mrs. Corona, Mr. Elias for questions and support. Okay, resources. Your people for Spanish language arts, Lupe Quesada Fieros, English language arts, Ann Moraga, Geneva, our technology mentor, Math, Teresa Ramos, Science, Chris Guzman, PE, Robin Jacob, Social Studies, Bertha Escobar. Okay, remember and recall project-based learning. What is it? Project-based learning is a teaching method in which students gain knowledge and skills by working for an extended period to investigate and respond to an authentic, engaging, and complex question, problem, or challenge.